to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, I think the last time that I posted was on June 19th, and it's now, I don't even know what the date is. It's sometime in August. We'll be tackling the question that I posed in my last video. If you haven't seen that video, you should go to my channel and check it out, and also hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything, even though I only post videos every once in a while. The question that was posed in my last video was, how can non-Blacks support the Black Lives Matter movement without coming off as tryhards or like fake woke and like stuff like that. So yeah, so without further ado, I kind of wanted to address like two main things within this video. The first one of them is like how to be a good ally and how that can be applicable to any type of group that you're supporting. And the second part, which kind of answers the question that was posed in the last video, is like how can you support the Black Lives Matter movement if you're not Black. So hopefully you all find this video somewhat useful, and yeah, I don't know, I guess that's all that I really have to say. Whatever. First off, I do want to say thank you to everyone who is an ally of the Black Lives Matter movement and believes in like equality and acknowledges the fact that we are still at a point in our lives where it's still not equal, despite all the things that we've been through thus far. So for anyone who does support us, thank you very much. Your actions don't go unnoticed, and I just wanted to say that it's very much appreciated. Basically, to start off, how to be a good ally. There are like so many different groups that you can support. The number one thing I would say, like if you are supporting a group, just make sure that your intentions are genuine and you're not doing it to, you know, be seen as like, oh, I want to stand for this because, you know, you're not being an ally for yourself. You're being an ally for the group of people that needs you to be their ally, if that makes any type of sense. Also, to be an amazing ally, you have to be an amazing active listener. That means when people are talking to you, because you're an ally and you technically don't identify with that group of people, you don't really understand like what they're going through or their experiences. So you want to make sure that you're actively listening and putting aside your own beliefs or what you know to be true when being in communication with someone of a particular group that you are allying for. Another one is constantly educating yourself on the issues that affect that group. It's not good enough just to know one statistic about the group that you're supporting. You need to have a full knowledge so that when it comes time for you to support them, you can undeniably, and you know what the heck you're talking about, because you're not ever gonna have that understanding, but something that you can have is knowledge. So why not educate yourself? Being an ally is not a status, is not an identity, and it is not a noun. And just know that. So don't treat it like it is, you know? I personally believe that you can't be an ally in isolation. So like if you are an ally and you know you're an ally but no one else knows you're an ally, then you basically are not an ally. If you're doing it for attention, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, if you're doing it for an Instagram photo, because that's not the type of ally that we need. An example of that is this past June we celebrated Pride Month, and I saw so many people on Instagram that had gone to Pride, famous people, just people that I know, people that I don't really know, just like pictures that were just like everywhere on social media from people going to Pride. If you are going to participate in something like Pride, and you're only doing it to get like a cute photo of you with rainbows and gay men who say yes and like all that kind of stuff, like then you're kind of doing it for the wrong reasons. Because if you're going to Pride but then you're voting in a way that doesn't support the LGBT community, then you're being an ally for attention. So if you are an ally for attention, just like, I'm just gonna call you on it. Like, to be honest, that does exist. So just be aware of that. Yeah. And also, the last thing about being an ally is you are going to be criticized, no matter what you're an ally for. Like, people are always going to look at you and be like, oh, you're just supporting this because of that, or like blah, say, blah, say, blah. You know the reason that you're doing it. Don't let anyone ever tell you another reason that you're doing it. And if you are getting criticism from the group that you are an ally for, just be sure to, use that listening and understand why they're giving you that criticism, and just adjust. It's not, if that group is giving you criticism, it's not to knock you down in any way, but they also want you to have the best intentions when you are being an ally. So that's the first thing, covering how to be like a good ally in general. I hope that's helpful to you all in like all types of ways, and that you carry it with you through anything that you are advocating for, and stuff like that. So yeah, so making it a little bit more specific on how you can be an ally and supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement without coming off as, fake. And a lot of other, there's a lot of connotations with people who aren't black but support the Black Lives Matter movement, and a lot of judgment against those people. And I'm just gonna be straight up and tell you, you're gonna be judged, like I said, no matter what you support. But don't let that affect the way that you support us. And if you know you're doing it for a good reason, I'm with you. The first thing is, if you have one black friend, that does not make you an ally. That does not make you a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. It just doesn't. It's no longer a thing, oh, I have a black friend, so I'm not racist, or blah blah blah. No, your one black friend is not a representation of all black people in this entire world. So don't treat them like it. And if you really do care about that one black friend you have, then you should care about their community as well. So another thing is, when you are not around black people, make sure that you are supporting us. I know it's so easy to sweep things under the rug and let things fly that your friends might say. That's very stereotypical about black people, especially when there are no other black people around to check you, because being silent is basically not doing anything at all. And I know that has been something that's always been said, but I just want to reiterate it because it's very true. The third point I would have to say is avoid white saviorism. Cinematic examples that hopefully some of you know or have seen is The Blind Side, The Help, and Freedom Riders. It's that idea the white person comes in to the community and basically saves the day and makes all the little black kids okay, or fixes the entire situation. And that is not at all what we need. White saviorism is to people helping out a social group, and it could be not just simply towards black people as well, but it refers to them helping out a certain group or nation that they feel is in trouble without completely understanding the history behind it. And it's more harmful than it is helpful. White saviorism avoids the core issues that are going on with why they're going on. Going on to the next topic, I don't kind of really know how to explain it in one sentence or one question, so I'll kind of go on a small couple seconds of a tangent. But basically, gender and sexuality in our generation in the last couple of years has been something that has been challenged and put up for debate. The social construct of gender and sexuality is so different than it was a couple years ago when our parents were growing up, when our grandparents were growing up. So different from even when I was in high school to the terms that are now existent, and how they're just being talked about so fluidly in our society and amongst people in this generation. How does that make you all like feel? Feel that like now like gender and sexuality are being challenged literally right in front of our faces, and like challenged without shame, challenged without like silence, and like challenged without any like restraints like at all. Like I feel like people nowadays are they're way more willing to talk about it. And does it make you feel comfortable? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Are you confused? Are you not confused? Do you know what's going on? Do you not know what's going on? Do you care what's going on? I just kind of want to get you all's feedback on how you all think that like this new age of gender and sexuality is having an effect on your life and how you view things and the way that you move and like function within your day-to-day life. So with that being said, comment with anything you have to say about the topic that I just talked about, like the Black Lives Matter movement topic that I just talked about, or the new topic that I posed. If you don't mind sharing this video with anyone that you think might like it, or just like being like active in this like discussion. So I would love to hear like everyone's experience and journey, and you know, things that they have come to know like within this new movement, and with this new conversation just being so openly just like there, I guess. All right, well, like I said before, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in my next video.
I wanna turn those blue lights into strobe lights, not blue flashing lights.